All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about is air dryers, and there's going to be a lot more on that in future course material. But you have to dry your air. The most common air dryer is a simple filter that you put in line, after the air comes out of your compressor tank. You often want to have some sort of filter that takes the liquid out of that air, and those usually filters have to be emptied. You have to empty that filter on a regular basis. In addition to those common filters, you also have two other styles, a desiccant dryer and a refrigerant dryer. And both of these use either a chemical process. As desiccant is like these little beads where the air runs through the beads on one side of the dryer, and then when on a timed basis, it'll flip a valve, and then the air runs through the other side of the dryer. So while the air is running down the other side of the dryer, the side that was running gets warmed up, and the desiccant loses its heat, by heating up, it loses its liquid and becomes dry again, and then you flip it back the other way. The refrigerant dryer runs just like an air conditioner, but all it does is basically cool down the air coming out of the compressed side of the compressor, and the water drips out of it, kind of drops it into a system that lets it drain off. The compressor problems, number one problem I've seen is low oil. They hardly even mention that in here. Low oil is very, very important. You want to keep the oil reservoir in your compressors up to snuff. You want to keep your oil clean and topped off. In addition to that, you've got a lot of other problems. You've got bearing failures, same as any other system. You've got intake filters getting clogged. You've got mufflers getting clogged. You've got a belt slippage and all the usual mechanical things that can happen with the drive system.